morning. Welcome back, everybody. I'm JJ. That's Deke. This is Dave. We are your internet dads, and we are returning now. The beautiful beginning of a new, cool October week as we barrel headstrong towards the next election and to the future of America, if not the world. Oh my goodness! And we have a guest. We have a special guest. All right. Yeah, folks, this is my little girl Lily, and yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Lily!
Happy birthday, Lily!
Yeah. And
how old are you?
Yeah, how old are you now? 6.
Yeah.
Jill,
You're two hands.
All right.
You're one whole, and you now got to use two hands. Holy moly!
Whoop,
Lily Lou. Bye, Lily.
Yeah. Dave and I, being the parents of older kids, can already see the problems that you're going to be having. Look at Jill's hair. That is the coolest.
Dude, I'm
Jill,
jealous.
I like your hair.
I'm jealous.
I love it. If I had hair, do you think I would look good? Ask her if I would look good with hair like that.
Do you think Deke would look good with braids like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're bald. You're bald. Deke. I can do braids in my beard.
Dave could do braids in his beard.
Braids in my beard.
Okay, so they want to tell you about this character. What is this character? Abby.
Yeah.
And okay,
Normal?
she can't see it. They can't see it from there. Okay. All right. It's you're just waving it.
Put it near you.
There. Okay. Who's that, Lily?
Cleo
Denial. So I will tell the boys about your show. Let me. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye. Go watch your show.
Should we do the whole show one day with action figures up here?
Yes, we should.
We could.
I mean, it would be maybe better. Maybe better show. All right.
We actually might get some viewers if we did it that way. You know, that's sad, but if did you see that show where the dudes are just action figures, but they do a normal show? It's just
action news.
One guy's a He-Man, one guy's a Darth Vader doll. That would be pretty funny.
Damn.
So my kids are wildly entertained by this show called Monster High. And I've never seen this before. For her birthday, and their birthdays are within a month of each other, so we kind of do parties together, and we actually do like Jill's birthday last month, but they both get stuff, and then Lily's birthday is this month, and they both get stuff. I have never seen so many people give them the same but different gifts. So they wanted these Monster High dolls. Because they went from 2 to like 8 of them or 10.
Let me tell you what all of your friends are thinking and saying, but they would not say it to you. It's like, damn it. We've got to get one thing, but we've got to get the other something as equal, an equal price. So they won't get, oh my God, let's just get 2 of the same thing and give them 2 of the same.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been there.
Oh yeah, and honestly, it's pretty cool because then they have like a whole like team or whatever of these characters that honestly, this show seems to be mostly about these girls that are in love with boys, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want you guys watching this.
What sucks is, and Dave could probably cite his own examples. My example will be Thomas the Tank Engine. Have you ever heard of Thomas?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of Thomas the Tank Engine, JJ?
Yeah.
They have everything that you can imagine to be sold for Thomas the Tank Engine. They sell, as well as the 7 million different Thomas the Tank Engine characters that they have in the stupid show.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how much money I spent on Thomas the Tank Engine? I don't want to know. I really don't
all of it
to know. Yeah. And my son went through that phase, lasted about 2.5 years.
Oh, good. Well, that's a good investment.
Phase for us with Legos.
They went in the toy box, and I think they're still there to this day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Legos are expensive. Legos are real expensive.
Yeah,
Like
But those are creative. Those are good. I like
they are,
Legos.
and they're
Oh
reusable.
no, that
Yes.
All right, guys, we got a
And
bunch of
reproducible.
interesting news to cover. We were not able to do a show on Friday because of me. Okay,
I don't even remember that now.
yeah. So let's get into it. Obviously the biggest story of the weekend, perhaps, and perhaps it's not a story, maybe it's entirely smoke and mirrors, is this. Why are you so excited, dude?
What am I doing? What's my hands doing?
Surrender.
Touchdown?
What is that?
Touchdown. I don't know. There's a touchdown.
Or something?
You said what was the biggest story of the week?
No. We can't do that. We can't do that. There's one guy making a nameless claim. I can't do that story yet. I'm sorry. We have to wait. Wait on Timmy.
There was 2 individuals who made a nameless claim.
I haven't seen any corroborated evidence.
You posted a
you haven't been reading all the crap. I turned on my notifications. There was an article.
There was an article.
You and them.
Article.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come around back to that. Let's do the actual published news first.
Coffee on myself.
And then we'll dig into dangerous territory.
No.
Over the weekend, President Trump had another rally. This one in California, very hostile. California. There's actually more Republicans in California than like any other state, except that it's dominated by the left cities. Well, Donald Trump had a rally in Coachella, and according to Tom Segura, like thousands upon thousands of people came to this thing from dozens of little towns and cities, and in some cases half or more of the population of the entire city arrived at Coachella. Tony Segura has mobile phone data.
I love it. I miss that so much when they were little and didn't go to school, and they would just run in the middle of a JJ thought he was on a roll, and they just run in, and it would completely derail him. That would just, that's so great. I love that.
Sorry about that.
It's the best. I love that.
I guess the mute button's not working. All right. So at this event, the third terrorist assassin has been arrested. Maybe. Breaking Riverside County Sheriff says his deputies probably prevented a Trump assassination attempt, but the suspect says it's complete BS. So this is interesting.
So I've got the post here from at I Heart Mindy. This is Mindy F. Robinson, independent journalist, hidden history buff, anti-government libertarian, and host of Conspiracy Truths on America Happens. She is a media personality that's followed by over 400,000 people. She says, can I read this? It's not that long.
Yes.
The man they just arrested for supposedly trying to kill Trump at Coachella is my good friend and business partner for America Happens, Vim Miller. Vim had just exposed a huge deep state cover-up involving the feds and the Bundy Ranch scandal. So I firmly believe this is 100% some kind of setup in retribution for exposing it. That or Trump's security team is a bunch of dipshits trying to make up for how badly they failed in Pennsylvania with any kind of win they can get, fake or not. There isn't a universe his intention was to kill Trump. He's worked too hard in this movement to expose the deep state and all the people against him. If he had guns in his car that were illegal, whoop-de-fucking-do. As a pro-2A advocate, ask me if I give a shit about a good guy with a gun in an unsafe shithole like California. It doesn't make sense why his passes would be fake either when we're both usually invited as media to these things. And I'd love to see exactly what this threat was he made about Trump, because I don't believe he said it. I just know it's going to be the most misconstrued bullshit thing that when I finally hear, assuming they ever tell us. And then she gives a couple of posts and links to rumble.com, the anti-deep state documentary and then a documentary on the I don't know if you can even say these words together without people banning you. The thing that happened at Mandalay Bay in Vegas, and the Jason Aldean concert. I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know that we can not talk about it. I think.
Well,
it's
I
fair to
don't
mention
know.
it was a mass shooting incident. However, if you look into that, it gets kind of it gets kind of strange.
So that's what this lady said yesterday. I was reading from at iHeartMindy on X. You can go and see it for yourself. She posted that
All right.
yesterday.
All right, so here's some things that make sense. In the wake of multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump, it makes sense that if something suspicious happens, the police would arrest somebody and maybe even put out a statement. Hey, we stopped somebody, we caught a guy, we got a guy. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. And here's something that also makes sense. If you were that guy and you had the chance, you would put out a message to say, I didn't do this. This isn't what they say. You would try to defend yourself, even if you're a guilty person. That also makes sense. Doesn't that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You know what doesn't make sense? If you're accused of trying to assassinate the president of the United States and you were arrested and you were caught, and even if you were denying your guilt in the matter, that you would be doing so free from your from the comfort of your home, of your room, that you would not be in jail. so how is it that Vim Miller is in his room saying these guys are all wrong, and one, if not more, of these cops are totally corrupt, and he's been cut loose, accused of attempting to assassinate the president of the United States, former president of the United States, and he's at his house saying this isn't true.
Did he commit a crime?
No.
Okay, so they can't hold him, which is why he's going to be out.
Then why is the sheriff out there saying he prevented an assassination attempt?
Well, sometimes I think this wasn't the Secret Service that arrested him. It was the sheriff's department, right?
The sheriff's department arrested him, detained him, held him in a vehicle for over an hour with no air conditioning.
JJ, it's like heat. This. You're at a big game. The score is tied on the football team, and you put in all of your front line are freshmen. What are the chances that you're going to have an offsides call? What are your offsides call chances?
All right. Okay.
I think that's maybe what we're getting at here.
The police denied this man water and medication, and then denied him his right to call his free phone call. His penal code says he gets a phone call. They denied him that right. He wasn't able to speak to his lawyer. He was in detention for 20 something hours.
So he wasn't arrested then. He was detained.
No, well, I don't know. I think they took him down. I don't know where they took him entirely. I think they took him to a facility, so they may have arrested him. They definitely, after holding him for a while, took him over to the Secret Service and the FBI operating trailer or whatever at the event. And it seems like his relaying of the story. I listened to all 20 minutes of this morning. His relaying of the story was that the cop, there was one cop that detained him or handcuffed him, held him against his will. And then that cop was, or sheriff or deputy or whoever, was relaying information about the situation to his superiors, to other people there, to whatever, and then to the Secret Service. So one point of information was going to the feds, the Secret Service, and they brought him in for questioning and to talk to him. And apparently, while that cop was talking to colleagues and associates, he was referring to this guy as a maggot and a Trump supporter. So it was obviously somebody in California, a sheriff's deputy that had a hostile attitude towards the conservatives or right wings or Republicans or whatever. And when the Secret Service and or FBI started to interrogate Vim Miller, eventually they were like, none of this adds up, and this is no good. And through some sort of set of circumstances, Mr. Miller is now free to go. He's not detained and he's not arrested. So, which makes me think that the sheriff's department, I don't know, maybe they jumped the gun a little bit. Maybe they violated a man's constitutional rights for no reason.
Is that a pun? They jumped the gun?
It could be a gun. I guess it could be a gun. So go listen to Vin Miller. Listen to his side of the story. Maybe he's a psychopath, deranged murderer, assassin that's deranged, that's trying to kill Trump, or maybe that's just bullshit. What do you think? I don't know.
You posted that story this morning, and it was one of the last stories on the page. So when you go over to that page, that's what comes up, and it's got a picture of what I now know is Vin Miller. And when I went over to it, I was like, "Why is JJ post a picture of my buddy?" It looks like a buddy of mine that I've known forever. He looks very similar to it when you just kind of glance at it at first. I'm like, why? Oh, that's not him. What the crap?
Am I in the news? That's what you were thinking.
If I can shorten my beard.
Not the same. I'm sorry. You guys are not all the same.
My eyebrows are not great.
Today is National Be Bald and Be Free Day.
Seriously, it's also National Sweet Day, Dessert Day.
National Dessert Day.
All right. We got some
celebrate with cookies.
Okay, so I said that was the biggest story of the weekend. I think it was the biggest story of the weekend, but maybe very near to that, and perhaps more important to our long-term history was maybe an even bigger story. Did you guys hold on? Let me pause this. Turn the volume down because it's a little too loud. Check. Did you guys see this as it happened or soon thereafter? Boom.
We're now down to 3 Raptor engines. We can see those chopsticks now
in the air. It's freaking impressive.
It's
impressive.
That's impressive.
I don't care.
I don't care who you are, how much you love the guy. That's impressive. That's a big moment in the overall. If you look at the evolution of human history from a grandioso standpoint, that's one of the moments.
That's when another spaceship from another galaxy is flying by, sees us, and decides it's going to come down and make contact with us and say, "Hey, we saw what you're doing."
I think when we get near light travel, or we develop the next engine, that's when we'll.
Wasn't that the Star Trek premise?
First contact. To be honest with you, we've already been noticed for they've been. Yeah. We are the aliens. But anyway, that's pretty interesting.
So it's the first time they even tried it, I think, but it's the first time that a Mecha Godzilla robot arm has caught a spaceship mid-flight. He caught it. It's pretty cool.
And
it means that
it landed nicely on its pad in the ocean.
Right. Yeah.
It's
and that is
not
not a video of a rocket taking off and then they run it backwards and then trick you. That's not what that is. It's a for real rocket landing.
I would just like to say, mark this moment, October the 14th at 8:22 a.m. 20 years from now, when the three of us are sitting in our post-apocalyptic bunker and the Sentinels are landing outside with their rocket boots, I'm going to say, hey, remember when we were on that podcast and we talked about Elon Musk?
Actually, doing giant life-size Sentinel robots would be a complete and absurd waste of money, and Elon should do that. It's exactly the kind of thing he would do.
Did y'all cover the Tesla robots acting as waiters recently?
Dude.
At the party?
No.
Oh,
I've got a video of a Tesla robot. We need to do that one later.
Okay, we'll do that one later.
Did you play it
also,
last week? The one that was acting all human? Oh, we did.
I'm not sure which one you mean.
No, I gotta find it.
I'm
now.
not sure
Okay.
which one you mean. Okay, so we got another SpaceX Elon Musk story here. He vows to sue California after California officials cite his posts on X when rejecting SpaceX rocket launches. California observing Elon Musk's company SpaceX saving Boeing astronauts, landing on its own on a pad, being caught by a super amazing robot arm or whatever. Elon Musk is doing stuff for space exploration that NASA hasn't really been able to do like in decades. And he's doing it like while posting memes on X, but they are so butthurt about losing the culture war that they are now going to prohibit SpaceX rocket launches from California. So he's going to sue. He announced on Sunday that he intends to sue California after their environmental bureaucrats refuse to allow more SpaceX rocket launches from the state. Incredibly inappropriate. From what I post on this platform has nothing to do with Coastal Commission in California. Filing suit against them on Monday for violating First Amendment, and that's what it is, right? If they don't like what you say, and then they deny you the otherwise, rights that they would have approved, that's retaliation. Government can't do that. Government can't do that. So
Federal
I don't know who.
state government.
No, because when you no, they can't.
Okay.
I don't know who picks a fight with Elon Musk thinking that they're going to be the one to take him down. I mean, who thinks that? Who thinks that like I'm finally going to be the guy that takes down Elon Musk? You're not. You're just going to be another body in the pile of losers that is lost against Elon Musk. Yeah. So that's going to happen, and we'll keep a note on that. I'm pretty sure any spaceship that flies by thinks, "Wow."
Yep.
All right, hey, do good. I saw your tweet back at me. Do good. So
Look, Do Good said make them watch DC superhero girls.
My kids.
Yeah, instead of Monster High. Why don't you be like, hey, why don't you watch this show? They might like it.
I'm honestly not wanting or really facilitating them watching Marvel or DC anything. Or Disney, really anything, because I mean it's straight up like, oh, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Okay, I'm not paying attention anymore. What are those two people doing? Okay, I'm not doing that. Since Do Good was here, I'm gonna bring this up. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I'm gonna bring it up.
You gonna make fun of Germany?
I'm not making fun. I'm concerned.
Okay.
Maybe you ought to be concerned too. Let me grab it though. Do Good. There it is. I saw this from here. Look at this. Look here. So reportedly, this is from Visegrad 24. Thousands of Islamists gathering in Hamburg to demand the introduction of Sharia law in Germany. Hang on just a second. So what we've seen over the at least past 20 years, right, is we've seen people migrating out of the Middle East and Middle Eastern countries and Islam countries in particular into Germany, France, Spain, England, all throughout Europe. And when Norway, Sweden, you name it. And when there becomes a certain threshold of the percentage of the population, usually above like 5% or so, they start to demand Sharia law in their communities. And then it only goes like one way from there, right? It either goes where like local governances allow Sharia law in some instances, or we have like massive resistance and fighting and division and civil war and stuff like that. So
that's concerning.
Yeah. So I reposted that. I don't know. I'm concerned a little bit because it's not just Germany, but it's like all the European countries.
The German people are not the people to sit back and not do anything. First of all, okay, I think we all know that the German people will fight for what they believe in, and I personally believe, as a continuous student of learning and history, I personally believe that the German people have been lied about about some stuff that they've gotten. The German people are resilient people.
Yeah, I mean, for a couple, for sure, they had some bad PR. Yeah,
but they are. I mean, they don't. What do you do for something? This is kind of.
How does Sharia law work back in the Middle East? Is it pretty peaceful there? Everything good, copacetic? Because I mean, maybe we need to consider it.
I don't know personally.
On the one hand, it's not my country, and they can do what they want. Except that eventually, it's going to be here too. It's going to be places in the U.S., probably starting in Minnesota.
It's not my country, but it's got people that I care about.
Probably in Michigan is what I would guess.
Michigan.
Yeah.
According to a search that I just did, apparently, as of 2017, the total population of Germany that is Muslim is between 5.4 to 5.7%, and they have 82 million people total. So about 1/20th of that population. So and here we see a little more than 5%, and now we have demonstrations advocating for the implementation of Sharia law.
Dearborn, Michigan is the largest Muslim population in the United States. Amtrak, Michigan is the only Muslim majority city in the United States.
Yeah, that's right. There's one that's
16% of the Muslim population in the United States is Shia. So, yeah, it's definitely something to. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
Do good. If you have any insights into this, please let us know. But I don't know. I just saw it and I thought of you, and I was like, I'm gonna highlight this. Well, yeah, we have some other important.
He said, "I'd love to chat about this, but I have to take my kids to the swimming practice now." So we bring this up right as he's walking out the door. We're sorry, dude.
All right. So maybe tomorrow, dude. Yeah. All right. Here we've got an update on. Well, that's the wrong button. From Boeing. Boeing is probably going to fire 17,000 workers and focus on future recovery after years of failure. Our business is in a difficult position. It's hard to overstate the challenges that we face together. The state of our business and our future recovery require tough actions. This comes after numerous.
Remove the word business and say airplanes.
Well, it's not just airplanes. Did you hear about the spaceship?
Yes, I did. So aero traffic.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the spaceship fiasco?
We've had a number of Boeing airplanes have mechanical failures and parts fall off of them, and then they had a spaceship that they put on the space station that nobody could take off and it couldn't return to Earth. So I don't even know what's up with that. Didn't ever get the Starliner off?
Didn't one of their airliners like break into three pieces and crash land on this island, and all those people were lost for a long time? And there was a documentary
show.
Oh,
it was all a dream.
That was Oceanic
it's too
Air.
Early for.
All right, hang on. I gotta look at this. Watch this. Am I a moderator? No.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
No.
Oh, okay.
Neither of us are moderators.
Yeah, you are. I did my job.
I'm not doing my job. Here we go.
Let me
look at this.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to
learn how to be as human as you guys are.
So the robot is trying to be as human as you and I.
Damn
That's the only challenge
this was
that
the
it's
original
facing,
video.
is being as human, and he's hoping that us humans will.
Let me check. Never mind. I thought this was the original video. I didn't think it was some lady talking in it. Let me see if I
You
can
should be
find
able
it.
to link back to the stitch from there.
Oh, that's true.
Or JJ, you're muted if you're talking to us.
Yeah, I'm telling my kid to get back in bed. She's supposed to be
okay.
resting. She's sick. And
Tell
she's
me
trying to
get back
do
bed.
gymnastics.
Never mind. I'll find it.
Okay. Let's see. Have you guys ever heard of Patrick Byrne?
Mhm.
Maybe not. You may recognize him if you've seen him. He was once the Overstock CEO.
No.
I don't know if he founded Overstock, but at one time he was Overstock CEO.
Okay, yeah.
And you know this guy, yeah.
No.
And he's been let's just say he's got a colorful history. Very colorful person, this guy. And he released a video yesterday describing some of the ways that the 2020 election may have been interfered with. One of which he relates, it has kind of a parallel to his business's Overstock CEO. So when he was Overstock CEO, they would order, say, 20,000 pair of jeans from this company, and this company, the official licensed company that does it, name the jeans company, whatever it is, official, they would have those jeans manufactured in China or wherever they're made, and they would be officially licensed, officially made, or whatever. But except that if they made 20,000, what they would do is the factory that actually made them per spec would make 30,000. And they'd have 20,000 that were officially licensed and shipped, and then they have 10,000 extra that are exactly the same, forensically identical. You cannot tell the difference. They have the same badges, the same everything, and then they sell those on the market as though they are like Tommy Hilfiger jeans or whatever, but they're not through the Tommy Hilfiger license, which means that you can't tell the difference between these two things. Those are called gray goods. Gray goods. And what Patrick Byrne is saying,
knockoffs,
Marshalls.
Yeah, Ross. So what Patrick Byrne is saying is that in the 2020 election, these counties or these places or whatever would order these ballots to be printed per spec. Exactly, totally correct. 200,000 ballots are supposed to be printed for the cities and counties or wherever they're supposed to be served, mail-in ballots. And those places would print 300,000. And they would take the extra 100,000 that are gray goods, and they would ship them to not a widespread conspiracy, a small organized group of left-wing activists that would go fill those ballots out, fraudulently sign them, pack them up for places, and then repack them for distribution into the mailing system or whatever. And that gray goods were used to affect key districts in the 2020 election. That is a 25-minute video. I know.
You're so silly. That's the silliest.
Silly. And here on the Gateway Pundit, you can see a new complaint that alleged against the Postal Service. He has a case. He has currently got a case, a lawsuit filed. So if you guys are interested in this, you can go listen to the video, and then you can actually read the court document on his locals account. But here is the FOIA request for the U.S. Postal Service 2020 records. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. And
I sent you a picture of my postmark stamp the other day. The USPS is fine; they're ready.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
You saw
and they
it.
totally endorsed their
right?
side too. How crazy is it that we let the people that are supposed to deliver the ballots impartially drive around and deliver the ballots, but they get to have that organization gets to endorse a candidate and they get to have a voice. You guys are crazy if you think that there isn't at least one guy in there that's like throwing stuff in the shredder or losing packages until too late. It's too easy. It's too easy to manipulate the system. Why wouldn't they do that? Oh, they don't know what's inside the secret ballot. They don't have to. They just have to know what zip code you're sending it from. If they know what zip code you're sending it from, there's a 60% chance that it's a Republican ballot. So anyway, you guys go check this video out. This is Patrick Byrne. He seems pretty confident that he can accomplish something here. So this is worth watching. So follow Patrick Byrne and
I'll watch
turn on
it.
notifications.
It's interesting.
Oh, you'll love it. Well, it's long. It's pretty detailed. So
Yeah.
I think you'll love it.
Is there somebody out
All
there?
right. Let's see. What do we got left? All right. I am not confident enough in the Tim Waltz scandal to cover it, but I will say we can say that we can say that somebody's making an allegation.
Yeah, there's a giant allegation that's been coming out over the weekend. That's giant.
I didn't believe it. It seemed ridiculous. And then there was that one story. I'm like, why is this printed?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. And the dude has them all time stamped.
Timestamps.
Well before he was announced as the VP. It was before he was announced as the VP. And then he had done this, an article came out. The
article is Tim Waltz takes young gay boy to Indiegogo concert, and it's like the Harris team, the Waltz team tried to float that story and get ahead of it so that it didn't have a bad PR ramification when this story broke. Like, oh, we already told you about that. That's
definitely interesting. But you know me, no comment.
Yeah, let's just say if you guys want to know more about it, you can go over to Discord server.
All you got to do to describe it is what the title of the headline of the article said. Tim Waltz took a gay boy to an Indigo Girls concert.
Wait,
whatever you're
that's what the article title is.
Yeah, that's the article title.
That's the article's title.
Whatever you're speculating happened, you are correct. Is what the allegations are.
Yeah, so it's
no comment.
No, she's not.
Tell him, Lily. Get him.
Come on, Jill. I'm going to back you.
Go back, Jill.
Did you back Lily? I'll back Jill.
Since we're talking about Waltzy Poo, did you see his hunting trip over the weekend? Because there's a couple of things that happened during his
more than a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So first, he had the big hunting trip out there, and the media was showing all these people, and they're wearing their hunter orange, and they're got their camo, and they're in a field, and there ain't a gun to be found. Not one gun. And so, I mean, unless they have some spears and they're going and using some, I guess you could hunt quail with a slingshot if you're good enough. But so then we started seeing pictures of Tim and a video of him loading his gun. Did you see the video of Tim loading his gun? He's got this Italian shotgun, and he's putting shots.
What kind of shotgun do you got? What kind of shotgun you got?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have a shotgun, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd
like to have a 12 gauge, but we had an 8 gauge and a 12 gauge, but Logan, my brother's got both of them, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, while I thought I was showing the stupid video. My bad. While he is loading this shotgun, let's count how many shells he puts in. Oh hell! How many buttons do I have to hit, Rumble?
All of them.
Yeah, that's my theory. And it never fits quite right.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
It's not quite right. How do you give it back?
There's 2.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has
3.
Kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder as much.
No, maybe.
Yeah, that's my theory. And it never fits quite right. Never fits quite
There's
right.
1.
It's not quite right. How do you give it back?
There's 2.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has
3.
Kind of their patent.
Can't hear anything.
So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder as much.
This video don't show it. This basically is talking about
with that gun.
Yeah,
you don't have to have the video to know what the gun holds.
Yeah, the gun holds 4. That is an Italian-made shotgun, can hold 4 shells in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. You can only have 2 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber by law, unless
Migratory bird laws.
Yeah, migratory bird laws. And if you're hunting birds, if you're only hunting pheasant, there's no limit to the size of your magazine. You can use a 32 shell drum magazine if you like, unless you're on a waterfowl production area, WPA. And then you've got to use a plug in there, and he was in a waterfowl production area. So what he did there was, they're claiming that he broke the law, a federal crime. It is a $15,000 fine, 6 months in jail, and forfeiture of his firearm. This Italian-made, beautiful shotgun.
We only heard him put in 3 shells.
Yes,
on that video.
And
you can buy a plug for them. You can have a plug. Like I have a Mossberg 500, which holds 3, but I think you can rig it to hold more. I know it's a very customizable shotgun. What I have.
Just not quite right. How do you give it back?
There's one.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap, because it has a kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulders.
A butt.
Never fits quite right.
It's the same video. It really does only look like he's doing 3.
Yeah, they just know that the gun can hold 5, and I think that's what the point is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not as big of a.
Well,
I'll give him a pass on it, because I don't know that I can't tell you if the gun has a plug in it or not.
JJ's muted again. You're muted again.
Oh, I'm sorry. My headphones went out. I had to reconnect them. Yeah, so this is probably the least of Mr. Walt's problems, but it's just one more of Kamala Harris's problems. I don't think she did a very good job of picking a running mate. But her other option was, well, maybe she did. Her other option was
Andy Bashir. So
yeah, or Josh Shapiro. Shapiro,
I think, was the higher. Was the higher choice on the.
Yeah,
on her.
He's Jewish, and half of her base wants to push Israel from the river to the sea. So they can't really go with a Jewish vice president.
No comment. No comment.
No, sir. What else do we have? Do we have anything else?
Did you find the video? Did you find it?
On the video. All right, here you go.
Right.
Optimus. It's insane. It's even talking.
Hi to my friend John.
John? Where's John?
Right here.
Oh, hello, John.
How are you? That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were born in the Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you
Well,
live out in the valley, or do you live in the Santa Teresa area?
No, I live in Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful. Very
Yeah.
nice area.
Where do you live?
Beautiful hiking I hear out there.
There is. Where do you live?
I live in Palo Alto at the current moment.
Figures. Yeah, this is awesome.
That's where they train us. That's where we get our builds, and that's where we work with a wonderful group of people.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are. And that's something I try harder to do every day, and I hope that you will help us become that way.
Well, awesome. Nice to meet you, Optimus.
You as well.
The speech nuances is. I had to watch that video like 3 times before I was convinced that was not somebody in there talking. The speech nuances are fantastic. The whole well, if that man
how about it moved its head away as though it were thinking, and then moved it back to him.
Fantastic.
Yeah, this is creepy. And you can see here the Tesla robots, which I don't know how many of them there are, how available they are, but here they are go-go dancing at a Daft Punk concert. I feel like, this is going to go from man on the street, talking stuff, maybe, like doing some work to maybe some gross stuff.
Do they get to vote in the election?
Very short sequence.
Did they get to vote in the election?
Probably.
I mean, they were born here.
All they have to do is claim to be somebody that was or wasn't alive recently, right? Who's gonna say that they're not citizens? Where does it say that a robot can't be a citizen of the United States, or that a citizen has to be?
This sounds like the plot
the one
point to a
voting.
sci-fi movie
Yeah,
or a
we're living in
documentary.
Plot point, all right. I think that's all that I had this morning. You guys got some other stories though, don't you?
If we want to stay on the
Why?
robots, I got another one on the cyber robot things. Let me see
yeah?
here. Where is now?
Would you
where
guys buy a
is-
robot if one of these was available? Would you buy one for what? What would you use it for?
350 maybe? Yeah.
He would be my friend. I would dress it up and name it George and hug it and pet it and
What if,
squeeze.
what if you just send it to work for you? If instead of you going to work, you just sent your robot to work.
I would love to
enjoy-
have someone sitting across that I can bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, that's what I use AI for today. I enjoy my job. I don't want another robot doing my job. I enjoy it.
That robot was obviously straight up lying to that guy. He doesn't live anywhere. He doesn't do taxes. I don't know what he was talking about. He's not struggling to be a human. He was just lying to tell the guy what he wanted to hear.
That's where they train. That's where they're built. That's where they're whatnot. So he lives in, or he was born, because the guy was like, "Hey, we're born."
I'm just saying that it seemed like to me that robot was just telling that guy something that he thought that guy would want to hear.
Well, of course, that would come out of your mouth, Jimbo.
Or he's telling him something he believes. He has been
Or he's telling
programmed
him
to
something he
believe.
believes.
Oh, even better. Who decides what robots believe?
Who decide what you believe?
Valid question.
My mom mostly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Don't you think?
I got something.
80% of American beliefs are determined by their parents. Maybe more than American. Okay, go ahead.
You're gonna like this. Y'all will like this. I really thought about doing this for. Hang on, let me refresh this. Look at this.
Se liga só e
Look at that cosplay, dude. That's great.
You know, that's not as hard a costume to pull off as you think.
Right.
It's
Right.
not-
That right there.
That's clever.
That head is an easy pattern Muppet head to do. I've done that.
Yeah.
That's an easy Muppet head. That's the main head that I would always do. It's two pieces that you glue together, and then two pieces for the mouth, and then attach it, and then decorate.
Just think about
trash
think about
bag,
all the range
black
you have.
paint, latex paint.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can like the range is great.
It's pretty funny.
And if you
Hey,
were,
good on- you know what? Good pad of his arm. It looks realistic. Like it's his fake arm there. Looks good.
if you were a good enough ventriloquist, you could probably do the voice while you kind of sit her like this.
It's gonna.
I can't do it.
Have you guys watched any of those Venom movies?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen them.
Oh, dude, you would. I mean, and they're actually really good.
They
They are really good. Yeah, I'd watch them again. The Venom is great.
The first one is phenomenal. The second one's pretty good.
Great. Yeah.
I look forward to the third one. I mean, you got the Venom horse, right?
Mhm.
That thing looked amazing.
The Venom horse. Yeah, it looks
Yes.
awesome.
Amazing.
Dave, you got anything this morning? Any interesting stories?
I tried to share and it won't. I don't have permission to share, man. I
Yes,
don't see the
you have
share tab.
permission.
I'm just
gonna talk.
I'm telling you, I don't have the little share screen button.
Remove as
So it's all
moderator.
good. Oh, now I can see.
Moderation.
Now I can see the chat.
Toggled it.
I still don't see the button for sharing though. So it's all good. It's all good. There was. I'll tell you what I was going to share. There's a story about Elon Musk showing off his robots. They were bartending at a Tesla event, but some of the attendees were accusing the robots of being controlled by people, which I think kind of speaks to what Deke was saying about the conversations there. You couldn't tell if it was a real person or not.
Yeah.
The robot's hands definitely are not. Some people were saying that the robots had a person inside of them. It was just a costume, but you can tell from where the hands connect that there's no hand under there. So they would have to be short. I don't know how that would even work.
Dude, not all people have hands. You could just take, somebody that doesn't have all the appendages.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
However, it was a pretty small torso, so I also agree that there was nobody in
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
But the
Be a
fact that
child.
they were out there serving drinks and stuff, that's kind of crazy.
Right.
I mean,
It's not like it's a
what's his
Wallace
name?
rally or anything.
What was his name? Kenny Baker.
Yeah.
Kenny
R2D2.
Baker was in R2D2. I would have thought that was remote controlled until I saw the little bitty dude, and I was like, oh, "What?
Is today Columbus Day?
Today is
Yes.
Today is Native American Indigenous Peoples Day, but yes, it's also Columbus Day."
It's also Bald
Well,
Tree Day.
happy Columbus Day, folks.
National
It's
Dessert
for
Day.
all the people that hate Columbus. All
They
right.
just found out he was Jewish according to DNA.
Of course. That makes sense. That would explain a lot of the hate.
Did you know in some of his diaries he talks about the giant people that lived over here with the indigenous people in Columbus's diaries, that there were giant people that
Bigfoot.
lived with him?
Bigfoot.
I've never seen.
He doesn't say
Columbus's
Bigfoot, but he does talk about very large people that are like 2 times the size of everybody else that lived alongside. In Columbus's diaries from the 1400s. Look it up.
I will. I'm going to look that up
All right.
immediately.
Not immediately. We're fixing to tell jokes, Fred. Get your joke.
You know what? I will do that. I will do jokes instead. If you guys haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave comments in the chat and stuff like that. Help us out. Help us make the show more than what it is. Although I will say I've been broadcasting on X, and we don't get the X comments on that live chat or whatever, but we had
We need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I immediately distracted myself from getting my joke. But anyways, like, subscribe. We'll be back. Hey, Do Good left a joke for us this over the weekend, so we'll give Do Good's joke. We'll steal that.
Okay.
Do Good said, "So my wife divorced me when she found out I only had 9 toes. The doctor said she lacks toes. She's lactose."
Oh man, you butchered it.
You messed it up.
And that wasn't even lost in
He's
translation.
lactose intolerant.
Lactose
He's
intolerant.
lactose intolerant.
All right, here's my joke. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
I don't know.
Sophisticated. All right, it's fine. It's fine.
I like
Go
that
ahead.
one. I like that.
Where did my joke go? Oh man, I just
What?
lost my joke.
What did the DJ name his son?
What did the DJ name his son? I don't know. What?
Yeah, what did the DJ name his son? Eric.
No idea.
Eric.
There, that's a courtesy laugh, is what that is. All right, Dave, you got this
So
one.
my wife and I and son were sitting at the table. We were all eating, and my daughter was there too. And my son hauled off and threw the milk carton at me. I looked at my wife and said, "How dare he?"
Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow. 8 o'clock. Rumble.com/internet dads.
Check your oil.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay or a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet dad show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Eric.